When there's a famous event, there will always be people overthinking it, and at least in America, there seems to be a culture that everything has to be a conspiracy. So, of course, the Titanic, the most famous disaster in history, is not safe from this. And a famous example is the Titanic switch theory, something that ship nerds like me have been sick of hearing for the past few years. And a theory that has garnered much more attention than it deserves over the years, despite how stupid it is. I know so many people that actually believe in this theory, but the evidence to disprove it literally has 2 paragraphs on this script, and the evidence for it has 1. Originally created in 1998 by Robin Gardner, a man famed for his Titanic conspiracy theories, so much so it's the first thing that comes up on his Wikipedia, so that tells you everything you need to know about why not to trust this. In the book Titanic, the Ship That Never Sank, he says that after the Olympic and Hawke high-fived, the Olympic was brought to Belfast, where it was concluded that it was too expensive to repair, so they did a bad repair job, switched the names of the ships, and sank the Olympic as it was named Titanic. Now, I can't even begin to describe the issues with this theory. 1. The names of the ships were welded onto the side. This is why when ships are renamed, you can still see markings of the old name on the side. They also printed numbers on the side of parts in the shipyard, and those numbers were found on the wreckage. 2. The ships were different. When people say the Titanic and Olympic were the same ships, they don't realize that that's not the case. The sister ships are built in a way where the first is built and then they can get feedback from passengers and crew and change things on the second one and then do the same for the third. In a way, the Olympic and Titanic were tests for the Britannic to be the ultimate ship of its day. When the Olympic was doing its first few voyages, Titanic's design was changed. Many things were changed, but one of the ones you need to know are the B-deck promenade, which was removed to make larger cabins and a restaurant. Rose stayed in one of these cabins in the movie. Another change is easy to spot, and it's the A-deck promenade. Due to sea spray, this was added on the Titanic, but on Olympic it was not there. There were also other differences, but that's all you need to know for this video. So if this were true, they would need to have moved every piece of furniture from the Titanic to the Olympic, make all the changes, somehow rub off all the numbering and text, and finally sink the Titanic. And even worse is the fact that it would have cost more money to do this change than the insurance money would have gotten them. The Titanic was insured for less money than the Olympic, so changing the name to Titanic would have gotten them less money. The owners of the Titanic never even got insurance money off the sinking. One British historian even said that the theory was so painfully ridiculous that one can only lament at the thousands of trees that lost their lives to provide the paper on which this has been articulated, which is the best quote I've ever heard. The Olympic could have even just been damaged at dock, and it would have made them more money. However, this isn't the only theory about the Titanic, and surprisingly, not even the stupidest. But it is the most well-known and somehow the most believed one. So much so that me and many others, ship fans, get people talking to us trying to prove that it's real. So that's why I made this, and hopefully the comments can remain civil. Just kidding, that's never gonna happen. So, when is the next Titanic theory? Why is this so popular? And why are people so obsessed with making up facts? That's a very good question.